have less money to spend, Amazon forecasts a slowdown in sales growth for the holiday season. Shares of the world's biggest online retailer fell 14% in after-hours trade. For months, Amazon has fought against a troubled economy. And on Thursday, in a call with reporters, Amazon CFO
For months, Amazon has fought against a troubled economy. And on Thursday, in a call with reporters, Amazon CFO and on Thursday, in a call with reporters, Amazon CFO
All right, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. This is Akim Azil, and I'm back with another lesson. Also want to give double honors to the men I learned this truth from. Shalom, Barakatham. Yeah, Salakia. Had to make sure everything was on and up on the end, the receiving end, pretty much. And this article, this lesson is entitled, who are the Israelites? You know what I'm saying? And it's pertaining to, the Southern Kingdom, which consists of the so-called the Negroes. It's like the Israelites consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that make up Salaki the bulk of North America. But I'm talking about the Southern Kingdom that consists of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. So this article that I saw, and it came out by this article that I saw today, and it came out by the Associated Press, and it reads, "Family of Financer of Last U.S. Slave Ship Breaks Silence," and it says right here by J. Revis, Associated Press, 4 hours ago. So this is hot off the press. So it says this right here. This is what it reads. It said descendants of the Alabama steamship owner. So like descendants of the Alabama steamship owner responsible for illegally bringing 110 African captives to America aboard Salakia, the last U.S. slave ship, have ended generations of public silence, calling this action more than 160 years ago evil and unforgivable. And let's read a little bit of this article and then go to the main part. It's like the main point. It says in a statement released to NBC News, members of Timothy Myers, I may pronounce the or Mears families like it, which is still prominent around Mobile, Alabama, said that the Mir did on the eve of the Civil War had consequences that have impacted generations of people. Our family has been silent for too long on this matter. However, we are hoping or we are hopeful that we, the current generation of the Meir or Meyer family, can start a new chapter, said the statement. Two members of the Meir family did not respond to messages seeking additional comment Friday. The statement came amid the release of Descendant, a new documentary about the people who were brought Salakia, about the people who were brought to the United States aboard the slave ship Catilda, or yeah, Clotilda, something like that, Salakia, and their families. The film was acquired by Netflix and Higher Ground, the production company of Barack and Michelle Obama. It's not important. The Mir family has started meeting with leaders of the community in around African Town. The community began by the Africans in North Mobile after they were released from slavery at the end of the Civil War in 1865. The statement said. I guess here's a picture of the the town, African Town or whatsoever. Well, this right here, I'm gonna go to this right at the bottom. It says related videos. Discovery of the last U.S. slave ship uncovers a dark history. And I'm gonna go ahead and play some of this.
Here we go. They call themselves the Descendants, African Americans in Alabama who can trace their family histories directly to enslaved ancestors.
Not knowing where they were going, but they knew they had each other.
Descendants now drawn back to a proven crime scene, the wreckage of the last known ship to carry enslaved people into the U.S.
We're over it right now. Right in here is where the people were for the whole trip.
That's eerie. That is so eerie.
That's Clotilda.
4 years ago, local journalist Ben Raines discovered the Clotilda laying at the bottom of the Mobile River. It confirmed family history passed down directly to descendants like Darren Patterson.
A lot of black people thought that they would come up missing or come up dead for talking about Clotilda. There are so many families in Mobile who got rich off the slave trade.
And who we're rich right now.
And who are rich right now.
Just feet from the Clotilda wreckage sits a shoreline, still owned by the Mayer family. It was their ancestor, Timothy Mayer, a wealthy steamboat captain, who made a bet he could hire a local schooner to sail to West
Now I'm gonna stop it right there.
Africa.
Yeah. Now this is why I brought this lesson out. But this right here says Kingdom of Dahomey. Then it has Ouidah. I think it's pronounced Whydah right here. Ouid. So this is what I'm concentrating on right here. Whydah. This name right here of the place where, of the interiors of Western Africa, where the Southern Kingdom was brought, and they're talking about what? Slave trade, correct? So let's do a little research right here of what this word right here, Whydah. Hold on, Salaki, let me see if this the right. Salakia, may not be. Yeah, it is it. Well, I think they got a movie coming out about this, but it says Whydah was a girl's name, is of English and Old German origin, and the meaning of Whydah is famous warrior, variant of Louis used as the pen name of the Victorian romantic novelist named Marie Louise de la Rima. It came into use as a childish version of Louis. It may also be of African origin, derived from Ouidah, city of Benin in West Africa. So it derived from Ouidah, city of Benin in West Africa. That's the important part. And then let's go right here where it says um, Ouidah in the Wikipedia. And basically, I want to point out this part right here where it says overview, Ouidah right here, or Ouidah. Then you got Ouidah again. Then you got Judah, spelled Juida, and then you got Judah, Juda, by the French. So right here, highlighted. Let's see if we can put it up. It says Judah, Hebrew tribe, right there. It tells you right here. Judah was, according to the book of Genesis, the fourth of the 6 sons of Jacob and Leah, and the founder of the tribe of Judah of the Israelites. By extension, he is directly the Salakia Epinam. I'm think I'm Epinam. I'm using that, not saying that word correct. Salakia. Let's see. Right here. See if I can look this up. I'm gonna define it because I'm saying it wrong.
Eponym.
There you go. Eponym. I said eponym, but eponym, a person after whom a discovery, invention, place, etc., is named or thought to be named. So this is where it came from. Judah, Hebrew. And it says right here, according to the book of Genesis, the fourth of 6 sons of Jacob and Leanne, Salakia, or Leah, Salakia, the founder of the tribe of Judah of the Israelites. By extension, he is directly the eponym of the kingdom of Judah, the land of Judea, and the word Jew. The English term Jew originated in the biblical Hebrew word Yehuda, meaning from the kingdom of Judah. So those are the real Jews, man. And look at, and lo and behold, look at this picture right here, man. This picture is look at the dark skin. That's an Israelite right here, man. You can't tell me, Salaki. You can't tell me that's not a so-called Jake, man. So-called black man, right there, man. Right there, man. The picture right there, like, as they saying, a picture's a thousand. Picture, what's the saying? Pitching is 1,000 words or whatever. Says 1,000 words. But right there, man. Simple. So there's Judah right there, man. Right there. So-called Negro right there. So again, play.
line, still owned by the Mayer family. It was their ancestor, Timothy Mayer, a wealthy steamboat captain, who made a bet he could hire a local schooner to sail to West Africa and bring back dozens of enslaved people without consequence. A bet he won. The more than 100 people who walked off Clotilda were enslaved for 5 years before the end of the Civil War.
They just did what they had to do to survive, and they did. And I'm here as living witness that they survived.
And they thrived despite the odds.
This is Charlie Lewis from the Talker tribe.
Among them, the original patriarch of Lorna Woods' family tree. Unable to get home to West Africa, the group pooled their wages, purchased part of the Mayer plantation, and established a place called Africa Town.
They built their community, and they're still here. And that's pretty amazing to have that kind of connection and continuity.
Now Stacey Hathorn is overseeing the state's research on the Clotilda wreckage.
This shows that it was burned. They tried to cover up their crime with another crime.
But you guys found it out.
Only took us 200 years.
In that span, too, Africa Town saw decades of pollution and the construction of a large bridge that cut through it. But with the new attention, new hope. The History Museum of Mobile will soon open a heritage house to tell the Clotilda story.
As far as I can remember, it's never been in history books.
A major documentary backed by the Obamas was released on Netflix this month, too. But descendant Darren Patterson wants more.
The truth is, Clotilda's been found. It really existed. Reconciliation is next. How do we come together and live as a people?
Now the Mayer family is speaking out too, writing exclusively to NBC News that Timothy Mayer's actions were evil and unforgivable, and it's time to start a new chapter to listen and learn and be better partners in the community. The momentum inspiring descendants like Peyton Ellis to keep pushing.
I am what they always dreamed of. It makes me feel like I can do anything.
For Sunday Today, Yamisha Sendor, Mobile, Alabama.
So pretty much, it's explaining what, man? That the so-called people that was taken from the interiors of West Africa, enslaved, are who? No other than the Israelites, man. And particularly from the Southern Kingdom. That's where the so-called Negroes, Slovakia, came from. That consists of the tribes of Juda, Benjamin, and Levi, which is the Southern Kingdom. The Northern Kingdom was already over here, but the Southern Kingdom was taken. The Southern Kingdom of the Israelites was taken from the interiors of West Africa, man. And we already went into, let me continue on and play this part again right here, Slovakia.
Who made a bet he could hire a local schooner to sail to West Africa and bring back dozens of enslaved people without consequence. Who made a bet he could hire a local schooner to sail to West Africa and
right here, sail to West Africa. Slovakia.
To sail to West Africa and
right here, Ouidah. That's where it says Kingdom of the Homie, but this is where it says Ouidah right here was the actual kingdom. Is where the Israelites, which consists of the Southern Kingdom, was taken from, man. And brought to the what is now known the Americas. And like you said, we don't went into the history, man. Where his name come from, Ouidah. Then it says what? The overview right here. Ouidah, 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 Ouidah spelled Juida. Then you got Judah right here. And Judah brings to what? It says Judah. Hebrew tribe, man. You go into that. Slovakia. That's the picture. But then you go into the Wikipedia, it goes into it again right here. Judah, Hebrew. It says was, according to the book of Genesis, the fourth of the six sons of Jacob and Leah, and the founder of the tribe of Judah of the Israelites. By extension, he is directly the Salakia eponym of the kingdom of Judah, the land of Judea, and the word Jew. So this argument today about this, this Joker, I don't like to, bring these people name out, man, because really they're no one, but in this world, they're, perpetuated as somebody. These so-called celebrities. One, in fact, this so-called joker named Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? He brought out the point which he was true, but you got to understand where he get his teaching from. He got his knowledge from who? No other than the men that I got my knowledge from, man. But they're not giving homage, paying homage to that, man. You know what I'm saying? First, you got to give, pay, respect and honor to who? No other than Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. And then the elders, man, the apostles who taught you, man. That's where you got this knowledge from, man. This guy wasn't talking about, who the real Jews were, and to the enlightenment, to the point that, who are the Israelites. You know what I'm saying? This stuff was being brought like that Edomite that interviewed him. I can't recall his name. He was pretty much insinuating that the talk that he was expounding on, he got that knowledge from the Israelites, which is true, man. The so-called black Hebrew Israelites, as he called it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. That's where he actually got his name, that knowledge from. The brothers on the highways and byways that are bringing this truth out, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't come up with this on his own, man. You know what I'm saying? But these so-called celebrities, these people don't want to acknowledge that, man. You know what I'm saying? So what he was saying was the truth. But nonetheless, no one, especially among the true men of the Lord, we don't take these people serious, man. You know what I'm saying? They're using it as they're trying to use it as an advantage of this world, man. You know what I'm saying? But we know what we should be doing is what? To repent, is repenting and giving our trust, faith, and hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing. But people like, these Yeezys, whatever this clown want to call his name, man. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't gonna repent, man. They too wrapped up in this world, and they actually cleaving on the Esau Edom. And I'm gonna get a precept that is a well-known, man, that we bring out, man. This is the book of Salaki. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and I'm gonna go straight to the point. Matter of fact, let me jump to verse 15, and it says, Salaki, let's jump to verse 1. The Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. See, we didn't do that. We went off. And then from Deuteronomy 28, 2 to 14 is the blessings. But this is what we did. We went off. And I'm going to start at Deuteronomy 28, 15. And it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt or willest not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So that's what happened to us, man, because we as a nation, as a people, we did not hearken to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai wholeheartedly, man. We was that stiff-necked, rebellious generation, man. People. That's what led us into captivity, man. And that's what began our what curses, man. That's why we're still, as he was bringing out. You can look at that interview with that Edomite and that dude, Kanye West, Yeezy, whatever name this guy called himself, and there was an article that was that was out that one of the brothers brought out that he was saying that he envied the so-called Jewish people, the Ish people, which we already know that they're not the real Jews. When I'm bringing the proof out, man, Ouidah actually comes from Judah, and Judah is who? One of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. And then it goes into where they came from and who was taken from where the kingdom of Judah was located, which is the western interiors of Africa, and who was taken from that part of the world, man. No other than the so-called Negroes, man, that consist of the three tribes of three of the 12 tribes of Israel, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, man, so-called blacks. But let me repeat that again. It's the book of Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou willest not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And I'm gonna just jump to the main point, man, right here. 68 right here. It says, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, which we know what Egypt means. Egypt means house or land of bondage. That's what Egypt means. With ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. That means that word buy goes to redeem, meaning that there was no one during that time of hardship. There will be no one to our rescue, to say the least, man, to redeem us, man, to pretty much save us, man, because we fell off, and that was a penalty that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai put upon us, man. We had to endure that because of what? Our transgressions. That's the reason why we went into slavery, man. And that was the worst captivity that Israel went into, man. And I'm talking about as a whole, northern and southern kingdom, man. So let's go to the book of Ezekiel. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. And I'm going to start at 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, power unto the land of Israel. Keep that in mind, to the land of Israel. And I'm going to go down to the point. And it says, Salakia. Let me jump to, I'm gonna go to 20 right here. And it says, as for the beauty, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7 and 20. As for the beauty of his ointment, Salakia, as for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty, but they made the images of their abominations and of their detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them, and I will give it unto the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spore, and they shall pollute it, man. Who's the wicked of the earth, man? Let's go to Salakia. Let's go to the book. Oh, that's Micah. Salakia. Salakia. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So that's who the wicked is, man. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever, man. So, and for those that don't know, the so-called Ish people, and the people that you see that's referring to self-proclaimed white people are the Edomites, man. These are the nation that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has indignation for forever, man. Indignation forever, man. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. I'm going to repeat that again. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and verse 21. And I will give it unto the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spore, and they shall pollute it. So who was given how about Shai we was given to the wicked of the earth, man, for a spore, man. That's what happened because we transgressed, man. Let me continue on. Verse 22, Salakia. My face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, for the robbers shall enter into it and defile it. We've been defiled, man, and one of the main reasons we've been defiled because we took on these heathen customs, man. And one big no to keep it, just simple was Cesare Borgia, fake white man Jesus, idol worshiping. That's like the first commandment. That's the first commandment that that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave us to not do, man. And we did that, man, worshiping these false idols, man. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody Salakia. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence, man. So, and that what it said, make a chain, man. We went into bondage. Like this precept, it has is they got double meanings. You know what I'm saying? You can use it in different contexts, to say the least. But it says make a chain for the land. That land is what? Israel is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence, man. We go back up. Let's go back up to 1. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, and go to verse 2, Salakia. Also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, thy power unto the land of Israel, man. That's what it's talking about. That's what it's talking about. Let's jump back down to 22 again. In my face will I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, for the robber shall enter into it and defile it. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, Salakia, and their holy places shall be defiled, man. That's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua done to us, man. It says, let me repeat that again. This is the book of Ezekiel 7 and 24. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, man. Esau Edom is the worst of the heathen. That's why this captivity that we went into was the worst captivity that we ever experienced, man. Started from, Egypt up until where we at now, man. The Egyptians, the Assyrians, the Babylonians, you know what I'm saying? Et cetera, man. This is the worst captivity that Israel experienced, man. That's why Yahweh Shemashah said what? In Ezekiel 7 and 24, he said he will bring the worst of the heathen, man. But let me go back to Salakia. Go back to Deuteronomy. '28 and 68. The book of Deuteronomy. Salakia. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. Go down to 68. And the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again, man. You know what I'm saying? Look on the back of your $1 bill, man. $1 bill, where it has a pyramid. You know what I mean? All this stuff is symbolic, man. You know what I'm saying? This is spiritually Solomon, Egypt. You know, and actually Egypt means house or land of bondage, man. That's what Egypt means. The land in antiquity that we was in bondage was actually called Mizraim. By Salaki with ships. So we didn't have to, it says to enter Egypt again. So think about it. Were we ever taught that there were two captivities that Israel went into captivity twice in Egypt? No. That's meaning the captivity that we are currently still in reference to how we was brought over here, man. We was brought over here from the interiors of West Africa into captivity over here. And we're still in the land of our captivity, man. You know, we're not under hardcore bondage, but we're still in the land of our captivity, man. We're still under captivity because we still have to do what this devil says, man. You know what I'm saying? This is his world. This is Esau Edom's world. You know, so you had to play by his rules, by his game, man. Pursuing to Job. Let me get that Job 9. Slaki. The book of Job, chapter 9, 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. That's northern Esau Edom. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Where and who is he, man? You know what I'm saying? Who is the wicked, man? Pursuing to Malachi 1 and 4, we just went over that, man. It's Esau Edom, self-proclaimed white man. We already know them to be the Edomites, man. There's already information out there, just like I went into this information of who the tribe of Judah is. There's all the information out there that pretty much points to who are the ancient Edomites to the modern day self-proclaimed white people. Their lineage, who actually are these people, man. You know what I'm saying? And if this right here ain't a Jake, I don't know what is, man. This ain't no so-called, if this ain't no so-called Negro, man, or black man, I don't know who is, man. They're telling you right there, and look like right next to him maybe an Edomite. I could be wrong. but they're pretty much telling you without telling you. You got to read between the lines, man. Repeat that again. This is the book of Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, man. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 21. And I will give it to the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil. They shall pollute it, man. The wicked of the earth, man, for a spoil, man. That's northern Esau, Edom, man. So we went into bondage. Pursuing the Deuteronomy 28. '68, and the Lord shall bring thee unto Egypt again. So it says again, and I repeat this again. Was you ever taught, in school, or not even, in general, was there any whisper of Israel or the Israelites going into Egypt for a second captivity, man? No. So that was talking about, the so-called Atlantic slave trade, man. That's what it's referencing, man. The beginnings of that of the captivity, man. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. And back in ancient, Mizraim, most people know it as Egypt. We didn't have to go into ships, man, to go into Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? We never went into ships or by way in ships into Egypt, man. According to Genesis, man, we went, Joseph, brought his family into Egypt, man, because he became, he was one of the leaders under the Pharaoh, man. It was like, I don't know if he was second or maybe third in command, man, under the Pharaoh, man, if I ain't mistaken. So that's how Israel came into Mizraim, the place where most people know it as Egypt, man, where the Israelites served their first captivity, man. And it said again in the book of Deuteronomy 28:68, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way which I speak unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, man. So that's when we went into captivity. Let's go back to this right here.
Come up dead for talking about Clotilda. There are so many families in Mobile who got rich off the slave trade.
And who are rich right now.
And who are rich right now.
Just feet from the Clotilda wreckage sits a shoreline, still owned by the Mayer family. It was their ancestor, Timothy Mayer, a wealthy steamboat captain, who made a bet he could hire a local schooner to sail to West Africa and bring back dozens of enslaved people without consequence. A bet he won. The more than 100 people who walked off Clotilda were enslaved for 5 years before the end of the Civil War.
So that's just one piece of the puzzle of the story, man. They were saying there was up to 10 million, people. The numbers changed, but that's one of the figures that was bringing from the interiors, or was brought from the interiors of West Africa to the so-called Americas, man. And Let me get that again. Like it. Right there. Whydah, man. You gotta understand who those people were. I'm gonna bring it out again. It said the overview right here, man. This is coming from you can get it from Wikipedia. And it says Whydah. Whydah spelled Ouida or YH, WHYDAH. And you got Whydah again, Ouidah. Then it's Whydah again, or Judah, Salakia, Judah, Juida. Then Judah again, Juda, man, Judah. So you already know who these people are, man. And it says right here, Kingdom of Whydah or Judah is a city of the coast of Republic. Is the city on the coast of the Republic, Slovakia, meaning the territories of West Africa, man. Kingdom of Judah, man, or Whydah. Then we went into it, man. The history right here, man. Judah was, according to the book of Genesis, the fourth of the 6 sons of Jacob and Leah, and the fourth of the tribe of Judah of the Israelites. By extension, he is directly the eponym of the king, man. Right there, man. So, it's simple, man. Right there. Like I said, it's right here. This picture says 1,000 words, man. Right there. So I'm gonna end it off there, man. We know who the Israelites are, man. The Israelites in the whole consist of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, man. But I bring up this part of the Southern Kingdom that consists of the so-called the blacks, which make up the 3 out of the 12 tribes of Israel, which are Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Because of that article, man, it goes into the so-called Atlantic slave trade, man, or a peace, and that was during the end of the Atlantic slave trade when they so-called abolished slavery, and that was still going on, man. You know what I'm saying? People was being kidnapped from the territories of West Africa, and that's what that article was going into. People still being kidnapped even after the abolishment of so-called slavery. And people were still being kidnapped from the territories of West Africa and brought over here to the Americas, man. That's what that story was about. But I'm ending off there. Hope the body was edified. And before I end it off, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Again, this is your Akim Major Lazil. Lord willing, I'll be back with another lesson. Also want to give double honors and a salute to the men I learned this truth from. Till next time, Shalom. Rock a thumb and a ball. Shalom.